Aloha, my name is Sailor Man, and I did my presentation on teacher education for cultural identity in Fiji. The main ideas of this article were that they came across was there's a great need for cultural integration and formal schooling, so there needs to be a balance between the two. And the steps that are being taken to achieve this balance is mostly what this article talked about. Now, why is there a need for culture? Here are a few reasons why I think that we need culture and that the article kind of talked about, but I personally feel that the first bullet is the most important because it leads into the main idea that educators feel students in Fiji are losing a sense of who they are. And if we lose all of these cultures because of schooling, we don't learn it, then the world doesn't become as diverse. Why is there a need for balance? Children are being pulled away from their homes because of Western schooling. This means that cultural identity, knowledge, and other traditional skills can't be learned in the home. And this means that culture is being lost in Fijian schools. And there's the need to find balance between Western schooling and their culture. And it also shows that students who live in Fiji and they have a disregard to their Fijian ways, they lag academically, and they learn better when they have a better understanding of who they are. Some steps that are being taken is the Fiji College of Advanced Education and the Education and Society in the South Pacific. The FCAE is a college for of advanced education, and it sets aims to prepare trainees for careers in junior and secondary schools. What it does is it offer courses that training teachers can go in and learn, where they learn more about their culture and they learn to integrate culture into other schools. One of the courses they offered is Education and Affirmation of Cultural Identity. This course attempts to address the question of cultural balance. It enables trainee teachers to know themselves and their cultures, and it encourages them to undertake classroom teaching in a culturally sensitive, affirming way. How the system works. There's three major phases: the pre-contact traditional education, which is proven to be the most effective and where they excelled the most. The second phase, Western and educational impact, and the third phase, examine contemporary education situation in Fiji and South Pacific. Now, what they did in this course is they would go for 3 hours a week for 12 weeks, and they would attend lectures and panel presentations, and they'd have weekly 2-hour workshops, which was the most pivotal. This is where they would be challenged to present cultural ideas to their group, and it challenged them to use a variety of cultural techniques. And by the end of the course, trainees appeared to move at ease or be more at ease with cultural differences, and they were more accepting to other ways other than their own. Plus, they come to a greater understanding of their culture and who they were. To conclude, culture is an important part of every individual and needs to be recognized in schools. There needs to be a balance between traditional schooling and Western schooling, and we are making progress, but we need to continue our efforts. Now, I talked about how we continually say that there needs to be a change, but no one's doing anything about it. And so these steps that are being taken are just little baby steps, and there needs to be more of an impact before we lose all ways of cultural identity. Um, Personally, I feel that culture is very important for learning, and students do much better when they have a better understanding of who they are. And I witnessed at Laie Elementary that they seek to teach their culture, and I think it's important in Fijian schools before they lose all way of teaching. Then there's just these pictures that I have. Uh, this top picture is traditional Fijian dancers and the way they lived and the way they cooked, and the bottom is a picture of a little girl in her formal schooling with books. And this picture right here is Fijian kids learning, and it kind of shows they have a little bit of their culture, but not a whole lot. And so I just kind of put the two together, and was like, if we have traditional and then we add the Western, then we'll have success, because it talked about um, it was quoted that we cannot totally ignore the value of Western ideas, knowledge, and technology, but in appreciating these Western imports, we in Fiji or in the South Pacific must not allow our own culture to be undermined. Our culture makes us what we are. Without them, we are like debris in the ocean. In the South Pacific, Cultures cannot be separated from people. The two are interchangeable. Culture is the soul of the people. It is what we were, what we are, and with the appropriate education, what we can become. Thank you. That's my presentation.